Hello, how are you doing today? Here are the most important topics to study for JAMB Use of English 2026. This is based on JAMB syllabus and JAMB trends of set questions from the past 10-15 years. If you can master these topics, your chances of scoring 90 to 95 in English is almost guaranteed. Let's get into it. Welcome back. Now, I know that many of you are already suffering tiredness and burnouts, okay? But please just hang in there. The exams will soon be over and you have your life back. But then, please note these important topics or important areas in JAMB Use of English. They are the game changer. The first one is you need to understand how JAMB sets its questions for the Use of English exam. You have the comprehension and summary, you have Lexis and structure, and you have oral English. The total is 60 questions, and each section has predictable weight, meaning that if you can finish each question very, very correctly, you almost have an idea of what you are scoring from that section. Note those three sections and never forget them. Now, comprehension passage is your most priority. You should focus more or the most on comprehension passage. Where are the aspects to focus on? One, learn main idea. What is the main idea behind this passage? JAMB will take out a cut or give you an excerpt or two paragraphs. And then they would ask questions like, what is the main idea? Okay, meaning that what's the focus? You will get questions like inference questions. I've done a lot of videos on that. There are direct questions and there are inference questions. Inference questions are questions where you read between the lines. They are not clearly stated there, but they are there. You also get meaning of words in context. You get author's tone. Okay, what's the tone of the author here? You could be angry, you could be happy, you could be disappointed, you could be pessimistic. So there is something as author tone. Then you have figure of speech. You get questions like, what figure of speech is in this expression? And then you would also need to reason. You get questions that is testing your logical reasoning. All right. So you also have questions like close test. What are close tests? I've made a video on that as well in the channel. You could go check them. That's fill in the gaps kind of questions. You have questions from the Lekki headmaster. Very, very important. So if you've not been watching videos, the videos we've made on the Lekki headmaster, or you've not been studying the past question, or you've not read the novel, take out some time, okay, to go through those things. Now, if you fail comprehension passage or you don't do well in comprehension passage, your score drops massively. That's a fact. So make sure that you target those comprehension passage questions and understand them very, very well, as they would greatly boost your score. Then the next section that you have to give the most, I'm listing by priority now. The first is comprehension. The next is Lexis and structure. Lexis and structure will come out in every exam. Okay, that's the central part on every Use of English JAMB exam. So in Lexis and structure, you are looking at synonyms. What are synonyms? Another words for, a closely related words for. Then you are looking at antonyms, opposite. Okay, I did a video on synonyms, on antonyms, on homophones. They are there, a lot of them in the channel. So go watch those videos. They will give you an idea, and they are short videos. Okay. Then you have homonyms. What are homonyms? What are homophones? Then idioms, idiomatic expressions. Okay. You will be tested on phrasal verbs. You'll be tested on concord, tenses, subjects, adverbial phrases, adjectival clauses. These are simple things that you should know, right? You'll be tested on sentence structure, which is clauses. You'll be tested on word classes, question tags. Now, there are some rules to question tags. If the question is positive, what kind of tag should it have? I have done a video on that as well. Okay, if the question is positive, it should have a negative tag, right? Good. Then comparison, you have questions on
Get the cheapest science materials from allschoollabs.com.
usage, correct versus incorrect expression. You have questions on punctuations. Okay, they would you could have a question with incorrect punctuations, and JAMB says which of these punctuations should not be there, or which of this is the correct version for this word, for this expression that was written with incorrect punctuations, and then you have to choose. So you need to know those commas, those semicolons, those apostrophes, and then you should be able to detect error. Very important. Jam will give you an expression or a sentence and says, "Where's show the error, or where's the error here?" So you should be able to detect error. And then the third section, or the third category, which is underrated but carries a lot of your score, is the oral English. And that's why yesterday I did a very intensive video, very detailed, on vowel sounds and consonant sounds. That video would be the best video in Nigeria if I'm not exaggerating. So go check it in the channel. Very, very short. I think under 10 minutes. I detailed vowel sounds. A, E, I, O, U. Okay. I detailed consonant sound. Ba, ka, da, af, g. So go check them in the channel. I detailed the sounds. I detailed the examples. Okay. So that's that. So you must know vowel sounds. You must know what are monophthongs, what are diphthongs. I explained it in that video. So go watch that video. The title is vowel sounds, consonant sounds. And then homophones. Word stress. Word stress important. Emphatic stress important. These are important area of English language. And the what I'll tell you, my friend, is that once you can master these areas, bro, you are fixed for life. Because these areas will be tested in post UTME. If you are writing work, it will be tested. So you are not wasting your time. All through universities, your knowledge of these areas will give you a leverage above those that don't. Okay, we give you a kind of height, right? So go try to know those areas. And the videos we made on them are really short, 5 minutes, 6 minutes. You can sit down on it for a whole day and master these areas. They would help you for life in your academic journey. Okay. So then intonations. I also did a video on intonations. Okay. When you are making a list, okay, how is your sounds? How is the pitch of your voice when you are listing things? Okay. When you are asking a question, what is the tone of your voice? What's the pitch of your voice? Is it high or low? When you're making a statement, is it high or low? Are you still there? So you should go learn those things. Now, important topics that you should learn. One, Concord. I did a video on Concord. Check it. Concord will include your collective nouns, indefinite pronouns, idioms, and phrasal verbs. Learn that as well. Word meaning in context. This one is very simple. What does this? What does this context mean? Or what's the context? Okay, of this word. What does this word mean in context? Okay, close test, fill in the gaps. Okay, fill in the blanks. And then stress and pronunciation. Okay, then some words could be written and they say spot the error. Maybe it has 2M instead of 1M, or 1M instead of 2M. You have to spot the error. You know the trick I've always given you on that? That turn to the leaflet, a blank space in your book, and spell that word out from memory. Then go to your computer screen and pick the correct word. Because when you look at those words, you could be like, not sure, because they could play tricks on your eyes. But when you turn to a blank page and spell it from memory, then you now come to the options to pick the word. That's a trick I use. Then sentence interpretation. Now, the Lekki headmaster, you should know the central character. Who is the main character there? What's the theme? I've done videos on this. That's why I used to tell you, subscribe to the channel, so that when I'm releasing videos, YouTube will be notifying you. Okay, and then you go and watch those videos. I don't even care about your watch time. You can just download those videos and sit on them, and we're watching them offline. You get what I'm saying? It's good for you. All these things that I'm mentioning now, those who have been following this channel for like even for just a month, they should have been able to cover 80% of this, because we've covered about everything. What's the main character? What's the theme? What's the plot? I'm asking you now, what's the plot event in the Leg Headmaster? What are the moral lessons in the Leg Headmaster? JAMB will test on this, right? So you get like at least 5 to 10 questions from that part of the novel. So now, what are the
Run quick tests and analysis. Visit analysis.africa.
common mistakes you have to avoid? Don't focus on only grammar, comprehension. Don't skip oral English. Attempt all your questions as fast as you can, so that you can greatly increase your score. Okay, instead of scoring 40, you go higher. Now, as we have just few days left, what are the things you should be doing now? Apart mastering those topics, here are the things you should be doing now. One, practice past questions repeatedly. As I've often said, most of your questions will come from past questions. They may not come exactly word for word, but when you see them, you would know that, oh, I've studied this before. Then read passages daily. Okay, it will, and try to improve your speed when you read those passages, comprehension passages, excerpts, cuts. Now use JAMB simulator apps to practice questions and time yourself so that you can gauge your speed. We have apps on our CPTs, they are all free. Just go to Google or whatever store, Play Store or iOS store, and search all CPTs, one word. You'll see our apps. You can download those apps and practice thousands, tens of thousands of questions for free. And then mastered Concord rules and or subject verb agreements. Go master those things, they will come out. Then study that novel, the literature main test, study it, and then practice oral English with sound pattern. In fact, once you watch that vowel and consonant videos we made, sounds, you've mastered that part about 70% already. Okay, so now the five, as we round up, here are the five um, topics you should know again, or the five sections you should know again. One, you should know comprehension. You should know it well alongside the Leckie Master novel. You should understand lexis and structure, which is synonyms, antonyms, homonyms, homophones, idioms. You should understand concord and grammar, subject verb agreement. You should understand close test practice or close passages, fill in the blanks, and then you should understand oral English, stress, emphatic stress, sounds, right? So I believe that with this, okay, with this, your chances of scoring at least, if you can master this, you should be able to score at least 80 to 85 in English. And if you can have 85 in English, you will not have anything less than 250, obviously, if you can have 85 in English, except you don't know other subjects well at all. So I wish you all the best, and I pray for you, you would scale through and you would do well, and you would be proud of your results. And that target score that you've set for yourself, that you've aimed for, you will beat it and surpass it. Now, I'm going to make other videos on topics you should cover for maths, areas you should know on sciences, that's your chemistry, your biology, your agric, and areas you should know for government, economics. So make sure you check them as we approach this exam. I wish you the best. Bye.
Hi, I'm sure you enjoyed the video you just watched. To see more content as that, preparing you for your upcoming exam, make sure to smash the subscribe button and turn on notification. Also, remember that you can use the comment section to send us your questions or your inquiries, and we are happy to take them. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.